Welcome back to Are You High Right Now? DJ, are you high right now?
I am.
What'd you smoke this day?
White Devil.
White Devil. Have you smoked that one before in the podcast? I don't remember.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Tell us about this one. Why did you decide to smoke this one today?
This one's pretty potent. This one's like 29% THC.
Does that mean you're going to be
I'm quite high right now.
Okay, so I'm going to be taking over this podcast
No,
today.
I wouldn't say you're taking over. It's a good one, and it's not like a super overwhelming high. It's a mellow, intense high, if that makes sense.
Okay, that sounds good. Even though our podcast is called Are You High Right Now, we have never done an episode about weed or cannabis, like the industry. Mm-hmm. And I kind of wanted to. You were a little bit afraid to just spend a whole podcast episode talking about yourself. Mm-hmm. But then we had someone reach out and say like they would be really interested in hearing how you got into it and all that stuff. So that's not what our podcast is about today, but that is what our podcast is going to be about next week. Mm-hmm. So we'll put a link out for that too, but feel free to message us any questions you have about the industry and how you got into it and what you like about it, what you don't like about it, all that.
Yeah.
Cool. Any updates this week?
On?
Anything. Life.
It's starting to get nice out. That's exciting.
Is it? It's really cold out today.
Well, I mean, we're having more consecutive nice days, I should say.
Yeah. You have the day off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I have Monday off, and I kind of enjoy having days off during the week. So. And
it's supposed to be like almost 70 degrees tomorrow, so hopefully that stays. But you got glasses.
I did.
Do you want to put them on real quick and show the YouTubers?
They don't fit with my headphones on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. But they're cute. They're cool. They're not cute.
But
they're Ray-Bans.
Those of you know Ray-Bans, the Club Masters. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't gone to the eye doctor in probably 20 years plus.
For real?
Yeah, I haven't had like somebody check my eyes since I was in grade school, like elementary school.
Why did you wait that long?
I just even now, like my vision's. I'm not like one of the people that like I need to have glasses so I can do my day to day.
Oh, so you just never even think to make an appointment because you're like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, and then the glasses, like even when I put them on, there's not that big of a difference. Mm-hmm. But when I'm looking, like if I were to look at that Kleenex box behind you, those circles, they're very detailed. I can see like their outline. I can
with
see,
glasses, you can. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, obviously, I can see that they're circles, but they just kind of look like blobs.
Yeah, that's basically how my vision.
Yours is way worse than mine.
No, I'm saying even with my contacts.
Oh.
Yeah. No, my vision is terrible. Only little update I have, just because I've talked about this last 2 episodes, but I'm towards the end of the second fantasy book of ACOTAR, which I don't even know what it's called. A Court of Mist and Fury, I think. And it's a lot better. I'm happy to tell you. Last week I said how the first one was trash and it was really hard to get into. So I don't think I was reading. Was I reading the second one last week? I don't know. Anyways, it's a lot better.
Well, and it's starting to become your busy season too, as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which is good. It's exciting. Yeah. I mean, it's not really there yet, but it's starting to gear up to it. And this is kind of when people start booking all their sessions for the summer and the fall. So it's kind of nice to look at like, okay, this is like what my summer's going to look like this year. And it'll be a little bit different than last year, because last year I had a baby in June, so I wasn't even back to work until end of July. So I have the whole summer, the whole busy season to really like make the best of it, and have a few weddings in June, a ton of senior sessions. So I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous about, I'm home with Jaden all day long. So kind of finding that balance of actually getting all the work done that I need to get done while also taking care of him. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll all work itself out.
Yeah. So today's episode is all about accidental texts. And first off, let me say I really dropped the ball about putting the link out. I didn't put it out until last night. So we only got a few listener stories, which is okay, but I did get a lot of really funny Reddit stories.
Okay.
But I was trying to think, have I ever sent a really embarrassing accidental text? And I I can't think of one that I have. And that surprises me because I feel like at some point in my life I had to have sent a text that was accidental, but it clearly wasn't important enough that I remember it.
What about like pocket dialing somebody on accident?
I mean, I've done that, but I don't think ever, like some of these stories, they pocket dial someone or they accidentally like record a text, that's like incriminating, like they're talking shit or they're talking about something really embarrassing. I've never had anything like that.
No, I haven't either.
So I don't know.
I've been pretty careful with the phone.
I know. I wanted a funny story to share, but I just don't have any. So we are going to go over our listener stories first, and then we'll do the Reddit ones. So the first one, this has got to be just, when I think of accidental text, the worst thing that could happen. Totally accidentally sent a nude to the wrong person. Try explaining that one and not making it awkward.
How the fuck do you do that? Do they have the same name in your phone?
I don't know. There's no detail, but that would be my worst nightmare. Oh my gosh. I think I would crawl in a hole and die.
Yeah. I do know that, I don't remember who it was, but back when I was in Oregon, somebody that we knew from Rapid posted a nude on their Snapchat story and didn't mean to.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Really?
I think they sent it to somebody and then accidentally put it on their story as well. And it was up for, I don't know, like hour and a half before it was taken down. Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but.
Oh, that's just terrifying. That is terrifying. Okay, next one. This isn't my story, but it is my husband's. We broke up, and a few months later, I wanted to get back together. In the meantime, he started seeing another girl, as he wasn't going to wait around for me. My best friend was texting him one night, trying to help me out, unknowingly to me. I was also texting him at the same time. He sent me a message that was supposed to go to my best friend. It read, "If she wasn't so much younger than I was, I would be completely done with the old, because I can see myself marrying this new girl, no questions asked." We ended up getting back together, and 12 years later are married, extremely happy, and have 2 beautiful children. Life sure has a funny way of working out. P.S. I love your podcast and can't wait for the new releases.
Wait, this was a local?
This was a local.
Dang, I thought that you were reading a Reddit story.
No.
Shit. Wait.
So I have questions.
Yeah.
I do have questions. So her and her husband break up.
Yep.
They're broken up for a couple months. He starts seeing another girl.
I also want to know what was the breakup?
Right. So I'm assuming that maybe she broke up with him because it says like he wasn't going to wait around for me.
Oh. Okay.
So that's kind of the vibe I got. And then, but here's my question. Your best friend was texting him one night, trying to help you, unknowingly to you. Do we trust this best friend? Or is this sketch?
So the best friend was texting him,
trying to help her friend.
To mend that relationship.
But she didn't know it. It's a little interesting.
So did you ask your friend afterwards why she was texting your ex-husband? And that's what she said?
Yeah, I want to know.
Or did your husband say, like, how did that transpire?
Yeah.
Did she show you the messages?
And also kind of confused that I know he sent this text to you by accident. He meant to send it to your best friend. But why was he going to tell your best friend? He would have been done with you because he would marry this new girl. That seems like something you would not tell a best friend.
Yeah, because she would come right back to you.
Yeah.
As a best friend, if you were a true best friend.
Yeah, so then the text itself, if she wasn't so much younger than I was, so I think he is referring to our writer. So
OP.
she must have been younger, yep. I would be completely done with the old because I can see myself marrying this new girl. So
who's the old?
I'm thinking he's saying I would be done with the old girlfriend. Or is he saying old person?
I don't know.
I'm getting confused.
And is she the new person?
No. She's the young. She's the old person.
I know, I understand, but it's kind of...
He's dating a new girl.
It's a little confusing.
Okay, and obviously it worked out. 12 years, great. What... I can see myself marrying this new girl. I need to know what happened.
Are you still friends with your best friend too?
Yeah, like how did you guys get back together? What happened to that girlfriend in the middle part? Oh, so many questions.
Yeah,
so if you're listening, give us some detail.
Yeah. Did you ever bring it up to him?
Yeah, I don't. Well, and okay, so the very last part of this, it says, I can see myself marrying this new girl. No questions asked, but that wasn't like quoted. So I didn't know if that was part of the text or if it said, no questions asked, we ended up getting back together. If it was like you just swept it under the rug and never talked about it again.
Please message us.
Yeah, we need to know more.
I
We don't
know
have
more.
to share it on the podcast.
Yeah, we won't.
Well, maybe we will. If you're okay with it, we will.
Yeah.
But I just want to know.
I'm curious now. Not trying to open up old.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to share if you don't
tell
want
us to go fuck
I'm
ourselves
just curious.
if you want to.
Yeah. Okay, this next one. My husband and I had been trying to get pregnant with our first baby. It was the day of what was supposed to be my period, and I hadn't gotten it yet. I ran to Target during a lunch break, and I quickly took a test in the bathroom. It was positive, and I was freaking out. I called my sister, and she was freaking out too. We're trying to come up with a way to tell my husband, and while talking, she told me to send a picture of the test. The adrenaline was high, and I accidentally sent it to my husband instead. He responded back with, "Is that yours?" And I made up a lie about it being my friend's. But he had to have figured out right after that was yours because I'm assuming you showed him very shortly after that.
How quick did you show me? The day of?
The day of. I had taken it that morning at like 7 a.m, and I told you when you got home. And that whole day, I was like just a bundle of nerves. Like, how am I going to do this? How's he going to react? I mean, obviously, I knew you weren't going to be like mad or anything.
No.
But it's surprisingly a very nerve-wracking thing to do.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. Yeah, the way you told me with the candy and stuff, I
did
you
not.
hand me the candy, and I'm like, cool.
I did not have a clever way of doing it at all. I like went to Target and I was like, I'll find a cute like onesie or something. I just had no idea. So anyways, I grabbed a thing of Sour Patch Kids because I was like, oh, he loves Sour Patch Kids. So then I'm always vlogging, and you were not like shocked to see like my camera because I'm always vlogging.
Yeah, always.
So I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just like vlogging, making dinner. And you come home from work, we're like having a full conversation. It's recording the whole thing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to let him tell this story first. And then I was like, oh, I went to Target. I got you something. And gave him the candy first, like, oh, got you a little treat. And then I think I was going to give you a onesie, but instead I just handed you the pregnancy test. Yeah. It wasn't a super clever way of doing it.
I just remember handing me the candy and I was like, okay, thank you.
All I said was like, I got you a treat.
I know, but like I was expecting, I don't know, I guess I was expecting like
I don't know. Yeah.
It was a treat though.
It wasn't cute. A cute way to do it.
I just wasn't expecting it. I guess that was.
But it's like, what's the best way to do it to where, and not everybody obviously cares if it's filmed. I wanted that moment on camera. But like, how do you do that without it being obvious that there's a camera going? Like, how to make that as natural as possible is really hard.
Yeah, it is.
So, listener, I want to know how you ended up telling him.
Oh, this is another listener?
Yes.
Dang.
We're done with listeners now. So unfortunately, we only got 3 listeners. Thank you guys for sending those in.
Yeah, definitely. That was, and honestly, we got 3 within a couple hours, a day.
Yeah,
so.
It's not bad. I mean, eventually I would like to obviously get more in than that, but
we also have to be better about posting.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's our
100%.
fault. It's our fault.
Okay, back to some Reddit stories. A few days after my husband's father died, we were back at work. I wanted to check on him, so I sent him a text meaning to ask how his day was. But instead, I said, "How is your dad?" Stupid autocorrect.
Yeah, that's tough. This
is a theme for a lot of these. Autocorrect just screws you.
Don't get me wrong. Like when I'm fast texting a paragraph, autocorrect is my best friend. You know, like you mispronounce a word or it's all scrambled up and it just fixes it for you. It's awesome. It's great.
Sometimes it's so good that I'm like, I have no idea how to spell this word. I swear my thumbs just do their own thing. They're just random. And sometimes it gets it right. I'm like, thank goodness. Like I had no idea how to spell that word and it did it for me.
But I'm so ducking tired of.
Oh my gosh, that's annoying.
Go duck yourself.
Have you seen, I don't know how to do this, but you can like change
people's words. So if you put fuck, it's like, I remember I saw it on Instagram. He changed.
His mom's?
He changed no. I think it was no to. I don't know.
Like on someone else's phone though, right?
Yeah.
Like I always think it's funny when they change like their parents and their parents are like, what is happening? Like they don't know how to fix it or anything. That is rough. I mean, what can you do? It's autocorrect. Next one, I met a girl that lived nearby. We had hung out a few times, but it was more just getting to know each other. About 2 weeks in, I made a sexual joke and she returned with one. Soon after, we began sexting, but it was pretty late at night, so it died down. I figured she fell asleep. Next morning, she sent a pic of herself in a bath towel, which barely covered her no-nos. As I'm looking, my dad texts me asking if I wanted to hit a bar to watch the game. I ignored the text. I took a pic of my manski and sent as a reply. Then I thought about,
Oh my God.
okay, this is like written so weird. Then I thought about something as my heart dropped down to my nuts. No, I couldn't have. It took me about 5 minutes to gather the courage to check. Yep, sent my dad a dick pic by accident. That's not even the bad part. He sent one back with the caption, "It runs in the family."
What the fuck? There's no way that's real.
Then it says, I couldn't make this up if I tried. You could have made that up. I do think it is concerning if your dad sent you a dick pic. Is it not?
Unless they like have a really weird like hang to the left. Like most guys, hold on. Most guys, and back me up here, gentlemen. You're curved one way or the other.
Oh my gosh.
Left or right, okay?
Really?
Yes.
That's a thing?
Yes, 100%. You
Okay.
either hang to the left, you hang to the right. Every man knows what I'm talking about. So saying that, if he had fucking a hard lean one way or the other, and he sent that to his dad, like his dad looked at it and was like, oh, maybe he's concerned because he has a fucking weird looking dick.
Could have been. I was more tking he sends a pic, his dad, and like his dad's like, yep, you got a big dick. Sends one of himself and is like, don't worry, kid, or like, it runs the family. Look, my dick's big too. Maybe you just have that relationship with your dad. Obviously, I don't know.
I don't. I definitely don't know.
Sorry, I butchered that as I was reading it. It was kind of like written weird. But anyways, I think it's funny too that you're like, oh, I didn't even have the courage to check for 5 minutes. Like
most of the
I
time,
would immediately
you can undo sends on iPhones
back
nowadays.
then you couldn't. Oh. These are pretty old. I accidentally sent a message that said, yeah, LOL. In my phone, my mom's contact name is Hitler, to my mother.
Hitler?
Mom's like, I'm sorry?
What?
Oh.
So wait.
You must either, no, that's probably not a joke. You probably do not have a good thing going with your mother.
If her name is, but I could definitely see like a 15, 16-year-old girl that's mad at her mom changing her phone to Hitler.
And then how's that for the mom though? Oh. Yeah, I don't know how old they are. I mean, I feel like teenagers are brutal. I'm scared for that someday.
I know, I was brutal.
I don't think I was like that mean.
I highly doubt you.
But I think my mom said that she was like, yeah, there were a few years. I was like, was I mean? I might have been.
I could see that.
I think it's easy, unfortunately, to take stuff out on your family, especially in high school. There's so much like teenage angst, but it's easy to take it out on the people that you see all the time that are gonna love you no matter what.
Yeah,
you end up being an asshole.
Very fair. Done that to my mom a few times.
Oh yeah. Another one. I tried to respond to a group text with, quote, I will be late because I'm bartending until 10. That is when I found out that bartending isn't a word that my phone recognizes, and it autocorrected to, I will be late because I'm masturbating until 10. People still mock me for that one. How did it autocorrect to that? Are you using the word masturbating a lot more than bartending?
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, try it. Test it out.
Bartending? I'm just going to look for where the fucking letters are.
Mm-hmm. Is that possible?
It is possible.
It is possible.
I would say... All right, hold on. I'm just going to do this blind real quick and just see if, like...
Okay.
It did do masturbating.
It did. Wow. Wow. Okay.
But I literally wasn't looking though. I just typed in there where it was.
But have you ever this is usually what happens when autocorrect screws me over, is I'm texting quick, I send it, not thinking, and then I look back and it's like it autocorrected at the last second. You ever feel like that happened?
Sometimes.
And then you're like correcting it, like what the hell? Like, I guess maybe I get too quick with texting back that it's like I don't always reread what I wrote.
Except I don't understand that because it made it 2 words.
Masturbating and made 2 words? Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Would you rather have dick-sized nipples or a nipple-sized dick? This is the text. Made a group text and it accidentally sent to my very conservative Mormon and uptight grandmother.
Oh, you fucked up. You sent it to Graham?
Would you rather have dick-sized nipples or a nipple-sized dick?
Probably dick-sized nipples.
I mean, would you?
At least I can get those removed.
Okay, let's assume that you can't get them removed.
Well, then I would probably go the other way.
Imagine walking around nipples like that.
Jesus. You make people think my dick is huge. No.
Sorry, I meant this. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. I once accidentally... I'm sorry. These are all like dick pics now that... Now that I'm reading honestly, them back. Like, but like, what else is so embarrassing than sending? Yeah. I once accidentally sent a dick pic to my landlord, Nick, instead of my girlfriend, Nikki. He asked me to call him, and I noped out of that.
He sent a dick pic to his homie?
No, his landlord.
Oh, his landlord.
And his landlord said, call me. I would say, no. No. Are you trying to chew me out, or did you think that was an invitation?
He thought it was an invitation for sure. Because as a landlord, if I got a dick pic, I just wouldn't respond.
Yeah, or you'd make a joke like, don't think that was like sent for me. He was probably like,
I'd probably say,
yeah, I know where you live.
You're still not getting a discount on your rent. That's what I would say.
Who wants a dick pic enough that they would give him a discount? I don't think so.
I would say like some dry humor back to them. Like,
yeah.
Knowingly.
You wouldn't say call me.
No,
absolutely not. Okay, I was reading a novel with lots of smut in it a few years ago, and it was an ebook. So when I saw a super cringy line that made me laugh, I copied and pasted it because I was going to send it to my best friend, but I accidentally sent it to my mom.
What was it?
It doesn't say.
Oh, it doesn't, I mean...
Do you know how detailed smut gets?
It kind of ruins the... I know, it's like those cheesy-ass books you buy at the grocery store, right?
No.
The sex books?
No.
What am I talking about?
Smut is like... I mean, some of the books I read would probably be considered smut.
Oh, wow.
They're like novels that have like detailed sex scenes in them.
Okay. That's those it's like Fabio on the front of a fucking book at the grocery store.
Right. That's probably more considered smut.
That's what Yeah. So I was right.
But do you know how the lines are? Have you ever read any of that?
No,
I'm just saying that'd be very embarrassing.
Very detailed. I mean,
okay, but then think about this. She copies it. So the mom doesn't necessarily know that it's from a book. She didn't take a picture of the book. She copied what it said and sends it to her mom. So her mom's probably getting this little paragraph of a very detailed sex scene.
That'd be fucking weird.
That would be weird. Okay, so this one starts as a text. So, quote, Charlie's here and I can't say he's hot because I don't know if he's my cousin or not, end quote. Was a pretty bad one to send to my mom.
Wow. Checking your cousin out. And you just let her uncle or aunt know.
I don't know if he's my cousin or not.
You should probably know your cousins.
I'm confused. I mean, I guess if they're far enough removed that you don't know.
Maybe it was like at a wedding. And then like the whole family came together and you're like, oh yeah, they're attractive. And then you find out they're your cousin.
Charlie's here and I can't say he's hot because I don't know if he's my cousin. Oh gosh. Had a rough day. Went to send my girlfriend a text saying, hearing your voice always makes me feel better. Sent it to the guy I work with. Brought him coffee the next day as a way to say, fucking forget that happened. It never got brought up, but he still kind of teases me about it sometimes. So that's lighthearted, but that's kind of funny. Like catching your friend being very like, what am I trying to say? Like more sensitive, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
More up in your feelers?
Yeah. More than you would ever talk to a guy.
I'm catching what you're throwing
Well, you
down.
were just silent. You were just making me struggle through that sentence.
I was just trying to see if
I
you
didn't know what I
finished.
was trying to say. I needed you to pick me up and.
Up in your feelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was.
We got up in our feelers yesterday. In the mother
We
room.
got up. Oh, really? What'd you talk
Me
about?
and Zared. Daddy issues.
Daddy issues.
Yeah. Sorry, Zared. I don't know if you're listening, anyways, but.
Well, that happens sometimes. Okay, there was a girl I used to fuck in high school, let's say Amber, who had a few years later gone on a date with one of my good friends. I was at their house once playing with her new puppy when I sent my girlfriend, who knows Amber and I used to fuck, a text message. It said, "Oh my God, you have to check out Amber's puppy." Except puppy autocorrected to pussy.
No way.
I had to do some explaining.
No way.
I'm more thinking, even if you put puppy,
How often are you using the word pussy?
Yeah, and maybe, okay, high school could have been a really long ways away and you're like, your friend's dating them now, but does that get weird?
What?
Your friend is now dating someone that you used to get with in high school. Does that get weird?
My friends wouldn't do that.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think I would be.
I mean,
I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
It depends on what context, I guess. Like, if it was somebody that like I had just had a drunken hookup with, I wouldn't care. But if it was somebody that I'd
sound
actually,
like this. It sounds like more continually.
No, my friends don't do that.
Yeah. So I feel like you might have some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Not cool.
I sent a picture of a hot guy and a detailed message about what I would do to him to my friend.
Oh no.
Accidentally sent it to my dad.
Ouch.
I'm a guy. Way worse to come out of the closet.
Ouch.
It just keeps getting worse.
Clearly you weren't man enough to do it on your own, so you had to do it on accident. So.
Oh, I hope he took it well. I hope he was nice about it. Yeah, what a way to rip the Band-Aid off, though.
Yeah. Didn't even know. What if he just like subconsciously did it?
Yeah. He just like needed to get it out there. I sent the girl I was dating a text saying I couldn't make it that night, and then immediately followed that up with a text meant for someone else asking if we were still on for 7.
I've done that.
You have?
Yeah.
To like a girl or like friends?
100% a girl. It was like in high school probably.
Ooh.
But I've 100% done that. Where it was like, oh yeah, mom won't let me go out tonight, and then where was the party at tonight to the boys? Yeah, and it was, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm sure I've done that at some point in my life. I just cannot remember. I was seeing this guy casually. Asked him to hang out one night. He said he was busy. No problem. Okay, so this is almost like the same situation that happened in the message before, reversed. So I'm going to start over. I was seeing this guy casually. Asked him to hang out one night. He said he was busy. No problem. Got a text later saying, "So are you coming?" Confused, I replied, "Aren't you busy?" Haha, yeah, just wishful thinking. He like tried to cover it with that. Being the naive idiot I am, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until the next day when a friend told me that he was also seeing someone else. You bought that?
Yeah.
You bought that? Wishful thinking?
So the beginning.
What an ass. So he chose someone else over you. I hope he ended it right then and there.
Yeah.
I was texting my best friend and my trainer at the gym at the same time, back when my phone didn't lump texts together by person. Really? Was that ever a thing?
Yes. It was, you had individual texts that you had to fucking go through.
God, I forgot that. Okay.
That fucking sucked. You'd like click all the way to the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and I meant to text her, "Yeah, I know, he totally wants to fuck me. I have to see him later." But I texted him instead. I didn't keep him as a trainer much longer after that. I felt too embarrassed. So.
Why don't you just own it at that point? Clearly you didn't mind it.
And also, like, so when you meant to text that to your friend, were you saying that about your trainer? Because you easily could have played that off as you were talking about somebody else. Mm-hmm. Couldn't you have? Says, "Yeah, I know, he totally wants to fuck me." Like, that could have been...
Anybody.
Yeah. It's still probably embarrassing, though.
I mean, like I said, at that point, it's like, clearly you didn't mind it, and you should have just owned it, and just like, haha, yeah, I think
right,
you're attractive.
Yeah, or, sorry, that was a mistake. I honestly feel like it's maybe more embarrassing to be like, Nope,
Or
I
just
can
ghost
never
him?
see you again.
Because then when you run into him in the future, it's going to be
Yeah, that's way more awkward.
You're going to run into him in a grocery aisle, and that's going to be real
I feel like it's so
awkward.
much easier to, well, I've never been in this position, but to write out the gate, be like, oops, sorry, wrong person. And just pretend like it never happened. Don't even give them the chance.
I don't know if it's that easy.
Probably not. Okay, next one. Not me, but a friend. She's the captain of my school's speech and debate team, and at the end of each school year, it's customary for the captain to buy the coach, who is a notoriously cranky lady, a gift. She texted our other friends saying, "What should I get Miss Speech Coach? A brain or a heart?" Because she clearly has neither. Lo and behold, not 5 minutes later, she gets a text back saying, "I don't think this was intended for me. The friend she meant to text is named Lori, and her coach is named Laura."
Well, I hope you're good
A brain
at
or
what
a
you do.
heart, because she doesn't have either.
Maybe the lady needs to be nicer.
God, that probably hit her. Oh, hit her deep.
Well, don't be a bitch.
Didn't you ever like feel bad for some of the like old teachers that were kind of cranky though?
At Jefferson, yes. At Stevens, no. Stevens teachers, like the cranky ass Stevens teachers, they've just been asshole to kids their whole life. The kids
Have
are
they?
assholes back.
Right, but have they been assholes to kids their whole lives, or have kids like just our high school kids just brutal, and they get to the point where they're like, these kids never have respect me. I've been doing this job for 20 years, and each year they're worse and worse to me.
If they want to know how that feels, go to Jefferson. Go be a teacher at Jefferson, and then
Yeah.
you'll learn how that really feels.
What do you mean? What do you
I
mean
was
by that?
I was a golden child at
You
Jefferson.
were.
I was.
So those teachers actually have to like teaching.
They have to want to help.
Right.
They want
Right.
to help the youth. They're not like the teachers at Stevens who are just there for a paycheck. The people at Jefferson want to help troubled
You can't lump them
children.
all together, because there were some very
You're
good
correct.
teachers at
You are
Stevens.
correct, but I know there's a handful of them that are not great teachers, and they're not
That's
because they're
fair.
not good people.
Okay, that's pretty bold.
It's not bold because I was a troublemaker in high school, but I wasn't one to disrespect a teacher, and I felt disrespected.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
if you're not going to respect me, why the hell should I respect you?
This has nothing to do with the text, but I remember my freshman English teacher. She was known for being really crabby, but I was known for being a teacher's pet. So I was like, no, I'm going to win this lady over. But I would like get chocolates for my teachers for Christmas. I would like bring them a little gift. I did that ever since I was little. And I brought her chocolates. She would just act like no matter what I did, she didn't like me. Well, there was this like essay we did, and I don't remember if it was like the Odyssey or something like that, but you had to hit like these certain marks.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives me my grade back, and I got like a B, and I barely got a B. And it was because she didn't count something right. And so I took it back to her like, hey, it looks like maybe this was an incorrect grade because of this. And she was like, too bad. Like, she admitted that she messed up, but she refused to change my
See,
grade.
that's what I'm talking about.
And I was pissed. But one day she got her karma because I'm pretty sure she tripped over my backpack.
Swanee told me this. He was in your class.
He was in my class?
Swanson was in your class.
Was it me who did it?
He didn't say that. He just remembers you in his class now that we're married.
Okay. Okay, so we had like aisles, and they were pretty small, and she was like a little bit bigger of a
She was
lady.
short and wide.
And I think it was always like, you're supposed to put your backpack underneath, like maybe the seat in front of you or something. And I'm pretty sure it was my backpack that was in the aisle, and she tripped over it and fell on her face. And
on top of that, she'd been telling all of her classes to put their backpacks under their desk so she doesn't fall.
and she didn't move. Like, I'm not joking. I think everyone in the class was completely silent for like 20 or 30 seconds. We're like, we killed her.
You killed.
And then she got up and was like, I'm okay. I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't I put that blame on myself. Maybe it wasn't me, but it happened right in front of me. So it was either me or someone in front or behind me. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, some teachers, it's
I was going to say though, by the end of the year, she was nice to me. It took a bit.
yeah, it took a little.
Took a lot of work.
Took that long to warm up. Huh?
Okay, we have 2 more left.
Okay.
Is all. I was hanging out with my cousin and my friend. We were having a sleepover, and my cousin starts talking about her first time getting a yeast infection. I honestly don't know how the fuck it got to that point. She goes into a gruesome, descriptive detail about it too. When the conversation dies down, my cousin checks her phone and finds that she sent an audio to one of the guys she was speaking to. When she replayed the message, you could hear every word she said.
That sucks. I mean, that's just part of the human anatomy, depending on how old you are.
What?
What?
What do you mean?
Like
how old you are?
Like
anyone can get a yeast infection.
No, I mean like maturity. Like being able to be like, yeah, women get yeast infections. Be a fucking adult. If you're in school, Jesus Christ, I know that you can get a yeast infection at any point.
But you're more saying like he should have been more like.
Well, depending on what age they are. Like if he's a 16-year-old boy, I can understand why she'd be embarrassed. She has to go back to high school. And now if she's in fucking college or out of college, and I mean, I'd be like, that's gross, but I get it.
Yeah, but to give gruesome descriptive detail about your own body when you had a yeast infection, you don't think that would immediately make a guy be like, ugh?
Probably, but
turned off.
I mean, I'd at least play it cool. Like, oh yeah. No,
yeah, but you'd be grossed out.
Probably.
She has every right to be embarrassed in this situation.
That's fair.
I'm not sure. I mean, hey, you're talking about what you're talking about. I don't know how you got on that topic. I don't know if I ever want to be in a conversation where we're talking about descriptive details of a yeast infection. But
to each their own.
To each their own. Last one. And if we have a lot of time left, I can pause it and go find a couple Reddit ones because they're easy to find. When I meant to text my then boyfriend that I would pretend to go to school and then come over and see him, I said, my dad will never know. Send it to my fucking dad. So, okay, I think sometimes...
I'm so glad we had a son.
Okay, he will probably do much worse.
I know, but...
than a daughter would. And also, we might still have a daughter someday.
I know, but for right now...
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so there's something about... I think because you sent the text, my dad will never know. You're like, oh, my dad. And you typed dad instead of the guy. Like, I've almost done that where I meant to talk shit about someone that I used to work with and send it to an old coworker. I like had her name clicked and was typing the message when I realized, oh my God, that would have been so awful.
It would have been hilarious. I would have loved to hear that.
Oof. I probably would have quit right then and there. Truthfully. Should I find a couple more stories real quick?
How much? What are we at?
We're at 40 minutes. Wouldn't hurt to have like one or two more.
Okay.
This one says, I had to give a statement at a police station, but the appointment started late. My girlfriend asked where I was, so I texted, I'm with the police. Straight to the detective I was about to see. I'm with the police.
I know, I get that. I understand that, but...
Like, he just made it like a joke, and the detective didn't see it. Like, spelled all wrong. Okay, is that one not funny? We'll cut that one out. I had just started a new job and was sick. I texted my boss to let him know I was going to be out of the office. About 30 minutes later, I decided to text my wife. She calls me fatty, so I texted fatty to her. Or so I thought. Instead, I sent the text to my new boss. Oh, the horror. He responded simply with, huh? I quickly replied with a, sorry, wrong person, and left it at that. I avoided him the rest of the week at work. I'm sorry, why does your wife call you fatty? That's mean.
It is kind of mean. Fatty.
The comments are like, quotes, hey, I'm not coming to work today, fat ass.
Fatty.
Another one. Somewhat related, I took over my grandpa's old phone number after he passed. I let everyone in my family know to change the name in their phone so grandpa wouldn't text them from the dead. I sent a text to myself a couple of weeks ago and freaked out because apparently I never changed his contact info in my own phone. Oh, that's funny.
That's funny. It is funny.
My sister sent me a picture of her baby bump and said 14 weeks. I accidentally replied to the wrong person with a picture of my pushed out stomach and said dinner.
Just to some random.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. That's pretty funny.
Okay, we're going to cut it short here because we had a busy week this week.
We had a busy week this week, you know?
So we're going to leave it at a short episode. But next week, DJ will give us all the rundown on how he got into his job, what a day in his life looks like.
Can you just like ask questions?
I can ask questions, yeah.
Yeah, instead of me having to like...
Yes, but I'm going to ask you questions that make you tell
that's fine.
what happened
That's fine.
or how you got into it. So yeah, I will try and ask as many questions as I can think of. But if you guys think of special questions related to the cannabis industry, let me know. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, leave a review, all that. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.